Let's make a blooming onion. So what you're gonna need is an onion, of course. I'm using a sweet yellow onion. Most people, that's what they use. You can choose to use whatever onion you want, whether it be the purple onion or the white onion, but whatever you choose, just make sure it's big enough in size. You're gonna need some milk, 2 eggs, some flour, and the seasonings are our Creole seasoning, cayenne pepper, black pepper, garlic powder, our Kinder seasoning, garlic sriracha, smoked paprika, chipotle chili pepper, and seasoned pepper. That is all. Let's get started. We're going to get started on our onion. Again, you want to make sure your onion is big in size compared to my hand. This onion is pretty big. So what I'm going to do is chop off the top, this part, like this, just a little bit. Make sure you got a good knife. This knife is not cutting right, but make sure you got a good knife. All right, and so when I chop off the top, I'm gonna just pull back so I can take off some of the skin, like this. So now that we have our onion all rinsed and peeled, we're going to make 4 cuts first. So what I'm gonna do is go down. You want to make sure you're not that close to this, so leave about 1 inch from the bulb. So that was 1 cut, 2 cut, 3 cuts, and here's my 4th cut. All right, so I have cut it into 4 quadrants, as you can see. Now what we're going to do is in each quadrant, I'm going to try to make about 3 slits so that we would have an even amount of quadrants all over. So let's do 1, 2, and 3. And I'm gonna do it again. 1, 2, 3. Let's do it again. 1, 2. And this is a little bit thinner, so I'm not gonna do 3 over there. You gotta just pay attention. So 1, 2, 3. All right. So we have our onion cut. What we're gonna do now is flip it over, and as you can see, they are blooming. This is called a blooming onion, guys. So alright, so first we're going to work on our dry batter. I have some flour in a bowl. I'm going to sprinkle some seasoned pepper. Remember, this is what's going to give that onion the flavor. Alright, some chipotle chili pepper. Smoked paprika. You can choose to use plain paprika, but I like smoked. It just has a better flavor, in my opinion, because paprika doesn't have a flavor, but the smoked one does. Garlic sriracha. Y'all, this is gonna be so good. Kinder seasoning. This stuff is a little salty, so you just want to use a little bit. Garlic powder. The star. We love garlic. We're going to do regular black pepper. Y'all see how how much seasoning goes into this. We want a little kick, so we're gonna use cayenne pepper. That'll do. And lastly, some Creole seasoning. And just a little bit, because we already have enough salt. I'm gonna take my whisk. I'm just gonna mix it up. Now that we have our dry batter mixed, we're gonna work on our wet batter. So what we're gonna do is crack 2 eggs right there into the bowl. There we go. And you want to discard the shells. And then we're going to pour about a cup of milk inside the bowl as well. And we're going to whisk. We have our dry mix. What we're going to do with our onion is set it into the dry mix like that, and we're gonna just start opening it up, pouring it all in there, get it coated as much as possible. It doesn't matter how much because we're still going to shake it out, but just do that. Make sure it's in between every onion leaf. Yeah, get in there. Don't be stingy now. Don't be stingy. Gonna turn it over. And we are going to just shake off the excess like so. And then what we're gonna do is switch our batters. I have my wet batter. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same exact thing that we did for the dry batter. Just coat it evenly. Make sure it gets all in there. Now we're going to go ahead and switch over back to the dry batter. This is the last time. So what we're going to do is take our blooming onion and we are going to let some of the excess wet batter come off. Put it in like this, upside down, and then flip it over. And now we are going to coat the inside with the dry batter. Okay, so once we have all the leaves coated, you want to grab your onion and you're gonna toss out as much flour as possible. Like this. Once you have shaken all of your dry mix off, it should look like this. We're going to place it in the refrigerator for an hour. I'm sorry, not a refrigerator, y'all. We're going to put it in the freezer for an hour, and then we're going to work on frying it. So let's go ahead and clean up as we wait on that 60 minutes for this blooming onion. Okay guys, while we're waiting on our blooming onion to finish contracting basically in the freezer, we're going to start working on our sauce. This is a sauce we're going to dip the onions in. So I'm going to start off with some sour cream. My preference is Daisy, but use whatever sour cream you wish. Most people say all of them taste the same, but they don't to me. But anyways, we're going to just dab a little bit of that. If I can get it to come out. There we go. Alright, so I have a little bit of sour cream. I'm going to now use some mayo, not Miracle Whip mayo, guys. I'm gonna take about a tablespoon of that, like so. I'm gonna use the Buffalo Wild Wings Parmesan garlic sauce. It's really good. This is like actually one of my favorite sauce. And I don't use it for chicken, to be honest. And then I'm going to take some of this peri peri garlic sauce. It's so good, y'all. I'm just gonna squeeze that in there. I need to open it up a little bit more. Here we go. And I'm going to mix. Y'all, there's 1,000 recipes for some type of sauce that you can use for the blooming onions. This is the way I do mine. You might not have all these ingredients, but if you can find it, it might be on Amazon. Get them, because this mixture is so good. And our sauce is done. It's the color, the consistency that I wanted. And we're gonna go ahead and fry up our blooming onion. All right, so we have our blooming onion out of the freezer. We have our grease heating up. So right now, what I'm about to do is just drop it in the fryer. Okay. I'm just picking it up, guys. It's gonna be a process, but here we go. Our blooming onion is complete. I went ahead and plated it with our sauce as well as the blooming onion. I sprinkled a little bit of seasoning on top, and there you have it. Oh, FYI, guys, I like mine brown. Just FYI. Cook it to your consistency. But let's get into it. If you like this recipe, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you for the next recipe.